Hello and welcome to our Lotto live here in the Maree Community Centre on Easter Monday, the 10th of April. And I'm joined tonight by Freya Leenane, who's a member of our Senior Camogie panel. So thanks a million, Freya, for coming along tonight and helping us with the draw. So our jackpot tonight is 18,900. So let's get the balls moving and see if we have a winner of our jackpot. $26. Okay, so our first number is 26. Thanks, Freya. $25. 26 and 25. We'll go again. $30. All high numbers tonight. And our last number. $22. Great, thank you, Freya. So just to recap, our numbers tonight are 26, 25, 30 and 22. So I'll just hand over to Colleen now and for this week's news, and we'll get back to you with an update on the results after that. Thanks again, Freya, for joining us tonight. Thank you. Over to Colleen.
Thanks very much, Dervla, and welcome to our Oranmore-Maree One Club news for this week. And firstly, to ladies football then, and some action from this afternoon. In ladies football, both adult teams were in action today away from home. The Naomh seniors won by 3 goals and 6 points to 3 points against Glenamaddy Williamstown in Division 2 of the league, while the juniors were on the wrong end of a 4-6 to 2-2 scoreline against Oughterard in Division 6. Moving to under 12 ladies football then, and they continued their preparations for the upcoming league. Both squads with 2 challenge games against Annadown and 1 against Salt Hill Knocknacarra will have details of their fixtures this week in a couple of moments' time. Moving on then to the under-16s, where it was a case of victory on the double for our under-16 ladies footballers recently. And well done to the Naomh under-16 B team who are pictured here. They kicked off their league with a good win against Killannon. And congrats also go to the under-16 C team who were victorious against St. James in their first game. Well, looking at ladies football fixtures then, and speaking of the under-16s, the A side, one of a number involved in ladies football action over the next few days. On Wednesday at 7 o'clock away to Tuam Cortoon, and they're also in action on the 17th away to Monavea Abbey. That one's at 6:30 p.m. Then the juniors in Division 6, they'll face Barna on the 16th at 11 a.m. That's also an away fixture. The seniors in Division 2 are in action the same day at noon. That's against the Gráinne Wales in Old Maree. And we mentioned the under-12s a couple of months ago. The orange side in action on the 14th in New Maree against St. James's at 6:15. The red side are in action on the 18th at 7 o'clock away to Caltra, and the green side away to Milltown, both of those at 7 p.m. on the 18th. Well, moving then to Camogie, and the under-12s, well done to them. They were among 18 clubs taking part in the Cumán to Connacht on Tuesday in the Dome at the Connacht Centre of Excellence in Bacon. And a great day was certainly had by all involved indeed. Well, speaking of the under-12s, and they played the first round of their 2023 championship this morning in Killarn Pitch. In wet and blustery conditions, the girls playing into a strong wind in the first half reached a half-time break after conceding a few scores to a strong Turlockmore side. The second half proved more fruitful for our girls, and even though they were trailing at half-time, they fought until the bitter end, and in the end it just wasn't our day, but the girls no doubt will bounce back when they take on Castlegar in round 2 next Monday. This game, of course, will be a home fixture, so please come out and support the girls, and of course fixtures will be posted on Club Zap. Well, staying with Camogie and moving to Feile then and the under 15s, and congratulations to them on their Feile week, which saw them compete very strongly in their group, only to lose out on a semi-final place by scores conceded after finishing joint second with Castlegar in their group. The girls drew with Castlegar, lost to Crockwell, and then went on to beat Abbeyknock-Moy. Crockwell and Castlegar went on from the group and ended up playing each other in the final, and that certainly demonstrates the competitiveness of our group and how unlucky our team was. And thanks also to Basilico for their support and the pizzas after Friday's game as well, which were very appreciated by all concerned. Well, sticking with Feile and moving to hurling then, and it's the turn of the hurlers to go into action in the Feile this week. They're involved in Group 2 of the Toddy Byrne Cup, and their first game is on Wednesday evening at 6:15 in the Oranmore pitch. That's up against Gort. Then on Friday at 6:15 also, they'll face Michael Cusack's. That one's in Michael Cusack's. While on Saturday then at 12 noon, they're away to Turlockmore in the final group game, and the semi-finals and the finals will take place between Saturday the 15th and Sunday the 16th. Times and locations to be confirmed there. So I'm sure the lads would love your support, so please come out and support them if you can over the course of the week as well. Well, moving to ladies football Feile then, and of course the Naomh Ladies Footballers would like to show their appreciation to some local businesses who sponsored them recently in their Feile preparations. Thanks go to Maeve O'Toole from the Oranmore Dental Care for their contribution towards tops for the girls, and also thanks to Park Nolan and James Colburn from the Oranmore Lodge Hotel for their contribution as well. So thanks all round to both of those businesses. Well, moving to Camogie then, and the Senior Camogie League side were very unlucky to lose out to Sarsfields by a single point on Saturday evening in round 3 of the league in Oranmore. Some great Camogie on display in a very tightly contested game, and the final score there was Oranmore-Maree 7 points, Sarsfields 8 points. And some of those players, of course, in action in the Galway colours then, and best of luck to the Galway senior team. They're in the league final, of course, Division 1A final against Cork this Sunday in Croke Park. And special mention to our own 4 players who are part of the squad. Best of luck to Ailish, Niamh, Roisin and Rachel, and we wish the Galway squad and management the very best of luck indeed there. Well, speaking of inter-county action, and congratulations to Conor Carroll, our intermediate football goalkeeper, who had his first inter-county senior championship start for Roscommon in a thrilling win against Mayo on Easter Sunday. Conor's been involved with Oranmore-Maree from underage and is our intermediate goalie, as we said, for the past number of years, and all within the club. Delighted and proud of his achievements in becoming the #1 keeper for Roscommon, and best luck to him, of course. That next game, though, is against Galway. Well done again to Conor and his family on the win yesterday. Well, of course, it's been a busy weekend of action, and on the inter-county hurling front, so also on our club well represented in a number of Galway teams that were in action at the weekend. Tomas Blake, Colin Burke and Dylan Melia were involved with the Galway minor hurlers, who recorded a 123-13 points win over Kilkenny in Nolan Park on Friday, while on Saturday then Cathal Sweeney, Jake and Harry Keady were part of the Galway Celtic Challenge squad that recorded a 124-7 points win over Cork North in their opening match. In a tight encounter in Birr, in the Leinster Under-20 Championship, Galway came out on the wrong end of a 119-117 scoreline against Dublin. Conor Burke, Paddy Burke, Reuben David and Rory Burke part of the Galway squad for that one. Well, speaking of under-20s hurling, and our under-20s started their league campaign with victory over Bridge on a scoreline of 122 to 117 on Wednesday evening. And they were also in action this morning with the fixed round 1 game against Turlough taking place and ending in victory for our lads. It finished Oranmore-Maree 118, Turlough 10 points. And in the hurling league then, our senior team take on Sarsfields in round 2. This is our first home game of the league, and this game takes place on Saturday 15th of April. Throw-in is at 6 o'clock. Our juniors, meanwhile, will face Carnmore on Sunday. That's, of course, the 16th of April. And the game is in Carnmore, and the throw-in there is at 11 a.m. While moving to men's football, and the Junior C's had their first outing of the season against Gael na Gaillimhe in Oranmore on Easter Sunday. Despite the defeat on a 4-9 to 110 scoreline, they played very well, and with this game under their belt and training over the coming weeks, they will be very competitive this year for sure. Jack Grealish top scored with his frees off the deck, while Ian Whelan got our only goal in that one. The Intermediate Football League game against Headford, meanwhile, was postponed at the weekend. It's been refixed for this coming Thursday, the 13th of April, and that game will be away in Headford at 8 p.m. The under-19A footballers, meanwhile, they're also in action in the under-19A Westboard League this coming Wednesday, and they'll face Onspeydale in Oranmore at 7 o'clock. And this year the club are fielding an under-19A and B team in this year's Galway GAA leagues. Well, moving then to the Easter camp, of course, which took place over the last week, and another successful Oranmore-Maree Donald Green GAA Easter camp was held last week. Over 140 boys and girls enjoying 3 days of football, hurling and camogie, and most importantly, fun. And a big thank you to the Maree Development Association for the use of the indoor and outdoor facilities, and to Maree Oranmore FC for use of the Astro facility as well. And the cap would not have been possible without the club adult coaches volunteering their time, and our junior coaches, of course, for their enthusiasm and encouragement to their younger club members throughout the 3 days. And a big thank you to all the aforementioned, of course, comes from David Lernhan, our Games Development Officer as well. Well, that's our Oranmore-Maree One Club news for this week. And just a check on the Lotto then once more, and the numbers, of course, tonight were 26, 25, 30 and 22. We had no winner of the jackpot, which means next week it's €19,000. There were no match threes, but the players who share in the €150, the random draw, it's Brian O'Connor, Mike Whelan and Terry Ford. Thanks very much for joining us for our One Club Lotto and news this week. Those numbers once again, 26, 25, 30 and 22. And don't forget to play our Lotto. You can log on to www.Oranmore-Maree GAA.com, and you can also find information through our club's app as well. Until next Monday evening, Slán is Bannacht.